Hey guys, life can be extremely short. Life at times is unpredictable. Yeah, guys, life can be extremely short. Life at times is so unpredictable. You can be alive today and then tomorrow you're gone. That is why it's always of importance to give gratitude to the supreme being who is God for giving you a chance to be alive, because as I always say, tomorrow has never been promised. So when you sleep in your bed like tonight, it's in the evening right now, when at the end of the day I go sleep in my bed and tomorrow I make it to wake up, guys, I should not just assume yani it's a must, or I should not just assume ati I was meant to sleep and wake up. No. Yeah, it is a blessing when you sleep and see another day. And so today, the country is paying tribute to one warrior of, I call her the warrior of endometriosis. And let me tell you why Jamby Koikai'S for me has been someone I've been really following. Not because she's a reggae queen or fire mama like most of you, call her. Basically, me, I don't follow Koikai'S because of that. I've been following Koikai'S because of various reasons. I have friends who suffer from serious menstrual pains. I have friends who really feel pained when it's that time of the month. Like I was telling you, life is so short, guys, out here. So when God, there was a mosquito that wants to bite me. You mosquito wants to bite me. So guys, just like I was saying, life is extremely short. So when God grants you a chance to have it in full, and remember to say thank you. You know why? I was telling you, Jamby Koikai'S for me is not about her being the reggae queen, because okay, I was a fan of reggae in the day, but not anymore. But I love reggae gospel music, so nice. So Jamby has been fighting endometriosis, and I've got friends. I know if you're watching, you'll be watching me in here, and you're my friend, and you know very well we've discussed about Koikai'S on the issue of painful menstrual cycle, whereby you can't wake up from your bed, you can't sleep, you can't eat. There are friends of mine who have those kind of cycles. You can't eat, you can't sleep. And I've always said, let's go check. And that is the message I'm sending out here. If you have those menstrual pains that are so rough, kindly go check. You know why? At times, if you follow Jamby Koikai'S, okay, she says that she got endometriosis when she was only 13 years. That is the beginning of her menstrual journey, and she's given a story of how her lungs have collapsed time and again. The doctors have tried to help her. They have done invasive surgeries for her to try and get her back on track, and the next month the lungs would collapse, and the next, actually she's one of the people you can say she's really fought at this particular disease called endometriosis. Our heart goes out to Jamby Koikai'S, because yeah, she's really fought a battle that is not an easy battle. The kind of pain people who have painful menses experience is out of this world. Just imagining the kind of pain that Jamby Koikai'S has been experiencing all her time when she used to suffer from menstrual cycle. The way she used to explain it, God, it's heartbreaking. And now when we received the news today that Jamby Koikai'S is no more, and even before they talked about her being no more, there was an appeal for blood donation last week. Maybe last like 4 days or 5 days, there was an appeal for blood donation. And I'm telling you, it's not easy when your lungs have to keep on collapsing and doctors have to keep on redoing surgeries now and then to ensure that you're stable. I find her a very strong woman, and I'm going to be reading some of what she wrote, and a last message actually when the president was out in the trip to the US, and you'll be realizing that she's been really voicing out on this issue of endometriosis, because I mean, menstrual pains are not stigma. It's not stigmatized. Don't feel stigmatized when you have menstrual pains. It is not a problem to say you have menstrual pains. It is not a sin to say I'm in pain. Guys, how can you help me? It is not a sin, because some of these menstrual pains are very acute. I'm telling you, I've had friends who even faint at this type of pain. I don't know what people can do. I've even listened to people talk about it on tele. I've listened to even gynecologists talk about it on tele, and they say that it's just on another level. Yani it's pain on another level, guys. So I'm going to be explaining to you exactly what is endometriosis here on this video as I go forth, and what Jamby would have wanted people to know. Even the death of Jamby today should teach us something, that it is of importance. She had passion in fighting this thing called endometriosis, not for her alone, but for the sake of the girls who suffer so much from menstrual cycle, painful menstrual cycle, guys. Painful menstrual cycle, guys. Lovely flowers, thank you. Painful menstrual cycle, guys. So I'm going to be continuing this series of Jamby Koikai'S as I pay tribute to her, because it's not easy, I'm telling you. My heart goes out to her family. I pray that God gives you strength, and all the media personalities who have worked with her, that God is going to see you through, and you're going to be encouraged at these trying times and moments. I'm telling you, it's not an easy thing. And if there's a way we can be able to create awareness, she tried to create a lot of awareness on endometriosis and how it affected her and how it has brought her down. And she even went ahead to go to the US in Atlanta, for further medical check, and she stayed in the US for quite a while. And man, this thing keeps coming back. It keeps coming back, and it keeps coming back, man. It's pain that it's not explained. It's the kind of pain I've seen my friends suffer from. Now, imagining the magnitude of the pain that Jamby was suffering, I don't know, it's too much way. You cannot even discuss it. So you imagine the kind of pain, yeah? So guys, if you're out there and you're suffering from menstrual pains that you don't understand, menstrual pains that are not explained, kindly go for a checkup. Yeah, the legacy of Jamby Koikai's lives on. So this should be a learning curve for those men who don't believe when their wives or friends tell them that they are suffering from serious menstrual cycle. I've heard of stories whereby someone would ask their wives, "Are you sure this pain is that grievous?" So with this issue of Jamby having fought endometriosis for more than 18 years, it should be something that everyone should see as a big deal. And I like the letter that she wrote to the president of the country, and I'm gonna be reading it here at some point, requesting him to go and meet the director in charge, or the one in charge of that endometriosis center. Yeah, it's a fight that has been so hard. And we have also Natalie Denji. All these are media personalities. These fights are not easy fights. We cannot just put a blind eye on menstrual cycle. Just like Oruoba, the senator, fights for these people to get pads, it's still good for this endometriosis awareness to be put out there, because it's like people are not aware about this thing. People have these painful menstrual cycles they don't understand, and it's of importance that people know all it is about endometriosis. I feel like very few information is out here on endometriosis, and I pray that people can get information of what endometriosis really is, so that they're able to watch on it early enough. And you see, she says that it took her quite a lot of time before even she knew she had this condition. So like she was in pain through and through, but she never really knew what exactly it was. And even after knowing, when they used to pierce on her lungs each and every month, it was not to cure the pain she was suffering, but to be able to resuscitate her lungs, because it's like her lungs usually used to fail every month due to these pains. So I think they should come up. Or Rob, I think you should work on, just as you work on this menses story, I feel like you should work on also educating people about this endometriosis thing, yeah, because it's really a serious thing. Natalie Gavin is too so vocal about it. She says that she's lost a friend who she used to talk to about this whole issue. She's normally so vocal about this endometriosis thing, and I feel like very few information is out here about this whole thing. Not very many people know about endometriosis. Not very many people have real knowledge of exactly what endometriosis is. People just think it's painful menstruation, but basically from what Jamby explains, it is further more than pain. It's too much. It's something that, cannot just be explained by mere words. And I hope that it can be explained and people can really understand exactly what endometriosis is, so that you're able to save on these people who suffer from very painful menses. Yeah, not this issue for get a child and the menses will disappear. No, it could be too late before you realize it is endometriosis you're suffering from. So let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Just like I was saying, this was the last message Jamby Koikai'S wrote to the president of Kenya, slightly before she passed on. And remember, I said she was appealing for blood. I don't know if people managed to donate or not, but basically I'll read this. This is a sincere and heartfelt call of help to a few Kenyan leaders. But allow me to address this to the President William Samoei Ruto, first as he makes a state visit to the US. Mr. President, one of the thematic areas in your visit is investment in health. Atlanta, Georgia is a dream city for every young girl and woman who has ever battled with horrific diseases called endometriosis. Therein lies a center dedicated to restoring the lives of young girls and women who are crippled by this disease. They're at the Center for Endocare. Endometriosis is tissue similar to the lining of the uterus, growing on other organs. In simple terms, ni wakati tunapopata hedhi ama periods, we shape the lining of the uterus. Unfortunately, with endometriosis, that lining grows on other parts of the body. In my case, that lining grew on my lungs, causing my lungs to collapse. Every month and countless number of surgeries, it took me 17 years to get a diagnosis. She was visiting doctors, guys, but it took us 17 years, to get a diagnosis. That is very serious. So it shows you don't have, specialists who can diagnose endometriosis that quick. The damage caused due to late diagnosis and lack of treatment in our country. After fundraising for specialized treatment, the extent of the disease and spread to my teeth, heart, appendix, and affected my spine, causing my organs to shift to the left. The adverse effects of endometriosis and adenomyosis causes infertility. Very few people didn't know that, and they tell you that when you have all these kind of pains, you should get pregnant so that these pains can disappear. But literally, you hear it can also cause infertility. So look at that reverse and lack of information. 1 in 10 women are battling endometriosis worldwide. The numbers are staggering. Due to our traditions and taboos, young girls and women are ashamed to believe that periods pain is normal. It is a normal, guys. I've said time and again, periods pain is a normal. And especially when you find yourself fainting, when you find yourself having funny things that others don't experience when they have menses. As you commence your state visit tomorrow to the US, I would like to ask you to kindly add a few visits that would help the millions of Kenyan women battling in silence. Please pay the Center of Endometriosis Care and North Science Hospital Women Unit and the directorship of Dr. Ken Sinevo, Dr. John Goldman, and multidisciplinary unit that helps treat women from all over the world. Senator Elizabeth Warren has been in the forefront, at the forefront of fighting for more funding allocation, research, access, and treatment and insurance, as well as raising awareness amongst her colleagues. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is the executive producer of the award-winning documentary Below the Belt, directed by Endometeriosis. And then she copied it to at Endometeriosis, at Charlene Ruto, at Dennis Itumbi, at N. David D. These are the people maybe who can get to the president. So guys who are close to the president, kindly look at this thing, because very many people are suffering endometriosis, this pain in silence. They have nowhere to go. Imagine someone who's been sick for the last 17 years without a diagnosis. She's deep in the ground, but she has left us to worry about something. Guys, let us all keep pressing. Let's keep praying for the family. And we pray that her soul will rest in eternal peace. And something will come out of this letter. An open letter from Jamby Koikai'S to the president. And I hope it's going to help her. May her soul rest in peace. Anyone who has pains, again I repeat, ensure you visit a doctor. Don't ignore it. Don't assume it. Don't assume it's just a normal pain. If you're suffering any pain, any menstrual pain, kindly seek medical attention before it's too late. We also applaud people like Natalie Gidenji, who's been out here to talk about endometriosis, and we pray that things will work out well for everyone who is watching this video and is suffering from these pains, menstrual pains. Senator Oruoba, the lady who is so much vocal about menstrual cycles and menstruation, kindly follow up this letter and ensure at least it's done, because Jamby Koikai'S has suffered the most. Any woman with deep menstrual pains can suffer. It's no longer stigmatization. It's no longer a shy thing to say. If you're suffering from menstrual pains, and men, support your women. There's a men who want things even when people are in pain. Learn why this pain is too much. Don't just rush, because it's of importance. Guys, thank you so much for always watching. I love you so much, and God bless. Thank you.